What is up? I am Gene Darden, and I've been waiting to bring you this information for a minute. This is my boots on the ground video. What is boots on the ground? Well, boots on the ground is what I'm experiencing firsthand, boots on the ground in this market. So it's not just a bunch of United States back charts telling you the whole picture of what's going on in the U.S. because it's all different. It's what I'm experiencing right here in the Birmingham, Alabama area. I'm going to cover 3 topics today. Number 1, which is pretty eye-opening, there are more sellers and fewer buyers in 2024 than there were at 2023 at this same time. Number 2, all those cash offers from investors, they have plummeted, and they are down 95%. I'm going to tell you why. And number 3, the spring market. What's so big about the spring market, and what affects how good or bad the spring market is going to be? So I'm going to get right into it. Number 1, more sellers and fewer buyers. That's huge. So we look back at February's data. We've had enough of it. We're at the end of February now, and we looked, and what we've seen is there are 5% more listings going on the market than there were in 2023. However, there's also about 10% less buyers in the market, and how we measure that is number of those listings that actually went under contract. Well, you ask yourself, well, why is that? Well, because at the first of last year, rates were a little bit lower. Affordability wasn't as bad, and so there aren't as many buyers jumping in with these 7+ rates right now, and home value is still expensive. However, when you see more sellers than there are buyers, and that goes on over time consistently, you should see some prices cool off just a little bit, which will help that situation. In addition to that, as I told you last week in the video, if you are a seller, pay more attention to your competition than your comparable homes that sold months ago. That's where you're going to find how to win and how to have the right strategy to go ahead and get a good number for your house in this market. Buyers are looking for something they can move right into. They don't want to spend extra cash fixing up anything right now. Win the competition, you'll do well. Number 2, investor activity has plummeted. So everybody, you saw all those offers, cash offers here, cash offers there, paying big money for houses. Well, they were doing that because they were buying up inventory because the rental market was on fire. So they could buy those houses, hold them, rent them, earn more cash than they could in the bond market or wherever else they were putting these big chunks of money, and it made sense. But since then, guess what? The rental market has cooled off, because when the rental market gets hot, everybody tries to figure out a way to get rental properties on the market to take advantage of that. Well, supply and demand. Supply got up, demand got a little bit down. Affordability is still an issue. You've even got kids that are coming home from college now after graduating. They're living at home. They're not renting. So just factors like that have cooled off the rental market and got those numbers that people are paying for rents down. Well, that scares those investors. And they're worried about, with that happening, they're also worried about a peak in sellers hitting the market and creating that price cool off that I told you about. So not only are they worried about the rentals, but they're worried about how much they can sell those houses they've already been paying top dollar for. That's why investors are cooled off. I don't expect to see them jump in the game hardcore anytime in the near future, because they're waiting on that. So if you're waiting on that offer, that cash offer that your friend got in 2022, most likely not going to happen. We're moving more to a traditional sales model, which is nice. We're starting to see a little more balance. We just need rates to play ball so we can get in harmony with this market. People can afford to buy houses. People can sell houses, get a nice number. Everybody's happy. That's what we're working toward. Last but not least, what affects the spring market? Well, I just told you, rates are high, so you're going to have a few less buyers in the spring, but you've already got those sellers that were preparing, so they're going on the market anyway to see what they can get. I hope they got good advice. Hope they paid attention to that competition so they can put themselves in front of everybody else and make that sale happen even with less buyers. Number 2 is inventory. Again, sellers' inventory is up. It's a little bit up from last year, and with less buyers are going to have a little bit more to pick from, so that's going to be helpful. You'll see a little more traffic that way. And number 3, believe it or not, is weather. People don't like cold weather. They don't like rain. So if they're looking to get into the market and buy a house, they would rather look at it when it's nice, get all the warm and fuzzies. And believe it or not, I saw a couple contracts last week, and here we had 70-degree weather most of last week, with the exception of a day or two. That got the buyers out. So we actually saw some contracts on listings and some things like that, which is refreshing. That is your boots on the ground for today in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Gene Darden. Listen, if you like this information, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, smash that like button, share it with your friends. Call me if you're looking to buy or sell your house in our area, 205-426-1113. And I'm putting more data and the stats and the links to everything that I talked about below, so you can actually see those stats and charts if you're the kind that likes to see numbers and see it in writing and laid out in front of you. So there it is. There's the video. I hope this helps you. Have a blessed day. See ya.